Hello, I'm Justin Whitford, the Director of Technology here at St. Mary's, and I'm excited to welcome your daughter to campus this year and tell you about our one-to-one iPad programs for grades 4 through 8. In grades 5th through 8th, you can expect the iPads to come home either the first day of school or during the first week of school, while 4th grade will slowly allow the iPads to come home sometime during the first quarter of the school year. This orientation will cover the equipment itself, basic expectations of use, some details about the iPad configuration, establishing home expectations with an optional family technology use home contract, and supervision and controls of the iPad while the iPad is at home, all of which can be found in our parent portal by following the technology link on each division page. All right, so let's jump right in. Your daughter will receive an iPad, a Logitech rugged case with a keyboard, and a Logitech crayon stylus, and those are pictured here on this slide. The primary use of the iPad is to extend the classroom, allow students to communicate, collaborate, and create while providing greater flexibility. We believe that the iPad is a useful tool that is most effective when paired with a keyboard and stylus and will handily meet the academic needs that your daughter will encounter at St. Mary's. Now, with regards to ownership and responsibility, in order to receive a device, a representative from each family will need to have already signed the one-to-one agreement that was included in your daughter's back to school notification. In addition to this, we will have your daughter sign an agreement form when we distribute the device. That was also included in the one-to-one agreement form for your reference. That being said, I would like to take a moment to highlight a few points in this orientation with regards to ownership and responsibility. First, St. Mary's does retain ownership of the iPad, and we ask that any damage or issue that may arise with the iPad be reported to the technology department as soon as possible by visiting techsupport.stmaryschool.org to submit a ticket. Students and parents may submit tickets at any time. Please include as much detail in the ticket as possible. This will help us resolve the issue in a more timely manner. The devices are covered under the Apple Care Plus warranty program, and any damage and cost outside of what is covered under the Apple Care Plus warranty will be the responsibility of the family, including replacing the iPad if repair is not possible or the device is stolen. Depending on the reason for us to file a claim against the Apple Care Plus warranty, the family may be charged the $49 service fee for the repair. Basically, if the damage was caused by accident or neglect, it is the responsibility of the family. But if it is a software or internal hardware issue, it's the responsibility of the technology department. An example would be a cracked screen would be the family's responsibility, but a battery issue would be our responsibility. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out. If the device is stolen, we'll work with you, but a police report will be required or the device will be considered lost, and replacing the device will be the responsibility of the family. We also want you to know that while the device is at home, you should feel empowered to control the device, including access to the device itself. Later in this orientation, I'll show you Mosul's Screen Guide app that will help you control the device after hours. Now, with labeling the device, each device will be labeled with your daughter's first initial and last name, with the lock screen also displaying their first initial and last name, along with information to contact us if the device is found. Note on the screen you see now my iPad lock screen with my full name, but for privacy, we opted to only display your daughter's first initial and last name on her device. We have not labeled the crayons and chargers, but we do encourage you to label the charger and crayon with your daughter's name in permanent ink. With security in mind, we will require a passcode on each device. You can absolutely ask for the passcode that your daughter sets when we hand out the iPads, but you will also be able to gain access without the passcode should you need using the Screen Guide app I mentioned earlier. More on that in a few more slides. We can also reset the password at school. When transporting the iPad, we'll ask that the girls are mindful of how full their backpacks are and to avoid placing heavy objects on top of the iPad. We also advise against leaving the iPad in a hot car or environment in general. I always say if you're not comfortable, then the device isn't, and it can lead to damage. Since the iPad is an essential tool this year, the iPad should be charged every night and brought to school fully charged. We will also advise each student to know where their iPad is at all times to avoid misplacing the device or having it being stolen. A few things to know about how we have configured the devices. All school required apps will be distributed to the iPads through our mobile device management platform called Mosul. We can remotely install apps, and the students can also install apps we have approved using the Mosul app on their iPad. At this time, we are only allowing apps that we have installed or have approved to be installed on the iPads. When your daughter receives the iPad, you will be able to see the apps that we have allowed. We have not allowed any messaging or social media apps at this time. The only video conferencing app that has been installed is our Google Meet app that we use for video conferencing here at St. Mary's. When at home or off campus, students will be able to join other Wi-Fi networks, but we have blocked virtual private networks or VPNs on the device. As this may be the first device that is solely your daughter's, we recommend creating a technology home use contract with your daughter. This is optional, of course, but highly recommended. Making a home use contract is a great opportunity for dialogue between parents and their daughter about mutual expectations, responsibilities, and privileges. A printed signed contract is a point of discussion that can be extended throughout the school year as the student adapts to increasingly using technology. Lastly, it's a way for the whole family to be mindful of their actions and attitudes. When creating your home contract, please keep in mind that it should not contradict or allow for actions and activities that go against the St. Mary's acceptable use policy that can be found in the student handbook. It should be short and concise, have contributions from both parents and daughter. It should be mutually agreeable and be signed by both parties. If you have any questions about academic expectations using the iPad, please reach out to your daughter's teacher for guidance. We will provide a sample home contract for your reference. To help with security, safety, and management, we have adopted Mosel as our mobile device management platform. We chose this platform because it allows us to update, install apps, block inappropriate content, configure the devices, and it also comes with a parent app that gives our parents control over the device when it's at home. Some examples of the settings that we have applied to the devices are enforcing a lock screen and passcode, blocking and installing apps, setting a lock screen and wallpaper. The students can change the wallpaper, but not the lock screen with the contact information on it, and blocking iMessage, FaceTime, Game Center, etc. You will see all of the apps that have been allowed when your daughter brings the iPad home. When your daughter does bring the iPad home, you'll be able to use Mosel's Screen Guide app to help monitor and control the iPad. This app allows you to add additional restrictions to the iPad when the device is at home or off campus. The app will allow you to disable the device, track screen time, add restrictions above hours, restrict specific apps, lock the iPad into one app, configure web filters, remove the passcode, and see comparative analytics. Once the iPad is home, you will go to the link below on your phone or tablet to install the app. I'm including a PDF with instructions as a resource. Lastly, I would like to thank you for your attention and for the opportunity for us to support your daughter in her academic career. Please reach out to us if you have any questions or need any additional assistance by visiting techsupport.stmaryschool.org. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.